3 years ago, I had a brain injury. I fell headfirst on ice, and I have still been, struggling with side effects with post-concussion syndrome since then. And so I have found that it's a lot harder to pace yourself and to put limits on your time when you start to feel better in windows during the day, or if there's a whole day that I actually feel better, then it's way harder to slow down than it is to speed up and push yourself for me to push myself forward. I haven't been able to work, and it's created a lot of identity crisis, even because what I'm able to do has completely changed. I'm not able to be in a classroom full of students under fluorescent lighting anymore, and so that has changed, as a teacher, or I guess probably any profession that comes to be who you associate yourself as being is your profession. I had wanted to be a teacher since I was in second grade, and I dragged a whole bunch of kindergarten test books home. All summer long, I taught from those little kindergarten tests. I taught the two little girls across the street. They didn't speak English, and I taught them their letters and their sounds using those tests, and I just always wanted to be a teacher ever since then. And so that was a huge shift in not being able to teach. And that, and we were in the process of adopting a sibling group, and doctors told me that I might not get better if I didn't simplify our life, and it was a very, very hard decision to make. But now, 3 years out, I still wondering, am I going to get better? I am slowly getting better, but I do know, because of when I interact with people, it causes a lot of symptoms and can make me dysfunctional. So looking back, I know that I would not have come this far if I was still trying to parent 10 kids. So, and my husband's wonderful, but I am not able to handle just noise, motion, lights, things like that. So, so it's been very isolating. My whole life I've been over involved, to the point where it probably wasn't healthy. I did my master's in linguistics while I was teaching in the village, and I had 4 kids at home, and was also traveling, with the cross-country team. And in the village, when you participate in sports, you have to fly to your sporting events. So as the coach, I am making progress, and I've also discovered that it's important to know that you're not alone. One thing that has helped me is books. At first, I wasn't able to read or even listen to audiobooks for quite a while, but I've improved enough that I'm able to read again, and I'm able to listen to audiobooks. And one book that was really encouraging to me, and this is written by, it's called Sacred Tears. It's written by Lindsay Wheeler, and she has an ongoing disability, and I've found that there have been a lot of stories that I can relate to from other people with long-term illnesses and disabilities. One thing that she wrote is, in Sacred Tears, suffering has a way of leading to isolation, which in turn feeds our fear and anxiety and tricks us into thinking we have to keep it all to ourselves. But you're not alone. The Lord hasn't abandoned you. He sees your pain. Even when friends stop checking in and family gets tired of listening, even when you feel like you're a burden, you're not alone in your pain. God is still with you. And that was really encouraging to me, because when you aren't getting better, and people ask you how you're feeling, and maybe you're feeling good right now, but at any moment you might get nauseous and sick and not be able to participate in life, or whatever your symptoms might be. It's hard to be honest, but also to continue to have hope, and that you are healing. You hope you are healing, just not in the way that you had hoped. And another book that was encouraging to me is When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. And he was a doctor and a surgeon, and then he went from being a surgeon to being a patient. And just hearing his story through his own words was just beautiful, and very thought-provoking, and also provided hope even through his suffering. And the most pivotal book that I read, of course, for my condition, was Concussion Rescue. And I found that doctors didn't offer me any help or hope of healing. They would say, you can wear sunglasses when you go outside, wear a hat, that helps some people. But they didn't have any suggestions toward healing. I always assumed getting better meant returning to the healthy state that you used to be in, and that's not necessarily the case with long-term things such as post-concussion syndrome or TBIs. I started to find other sources of hope through alternative medicine. For pain, I was just amazed. Acupuncture was one thing that really helped me. I can go into more what things helped me in another video, but with Concussion Rescue, it gave me ideas of things that I could actually do to get better. And one thing that I have taken pictures of and sent to many people is, on page 100, it has the TBI first aid kit. What you should do right away when you hit your head, what you should take, how you should eat that day. And then also for the first 2 weeks after you have a concussion, supplements that you can take that are helpful. And it's important to know that you're not alone, and to look for people who can relate to you, whether it's through books or other people who have similar symptoms.